What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Tim Armstrong here. I want to share a important message with you guys today, talking about how to get through a tough season, a wilderness season, whatever you might call it, and how to keep leaning on God and how to get the best from Him, because it's tough, when you're going through something, when you're seeking provision and you want your prayers to be answered in regards to your finances, relationships, maybe you're moving to a different city, whatever it might be, and you feel like God's not hearing you, He's not answering you, and it gets tough. I mean, your faith can start to dwindle, and you wonder, when will the provision happen? When will things come to be? And for me, this is something that I'm currently walking through too, is just going through a, tough season, just really leaning on God for provision, in an aspect of my life. And I went through this devotional, and I'm going to link it in the description below. But a couple points that I liked out of it that I think you guys could find value in is, when you're being patient or when you're going through the season, is don't settle for less. And I'm going to read off my notes here real quick. Be patient with God, but don't settle for less than He promised. Be content, but keep reaching out for the best. Don't reduce what God promised you to what you think is possible. So obviously, when you're going through a tough time, you just want to find an exit. You want to get off, I guess you could say, the highway as quickly as possible. But when you do that, you're settling. You're not getting the best from God, and you're just not allowing Him to provide for you and what you want for your life. And one good verse to keep in mind is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. This vision is for a future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. And this all goes back to God's timing is always the best. When we rush things, when we're not obedient to what He has to say, and we just settle, that's when we actually set ourselves back. As much as we think we're trying to answer our own solutions and thinking, okay, this is good, it actually hurts us, and it hurts our relationship with God, because, we're not fully trusting Him. And that boils down to point number 2, is be patient with God. There's this good quote that I came across. It's, never cut down a tree in the wintertime. Never make a negative decision in the low time. Never make your most important decisions when you are in the worst moods. Wait, be patient. The storm will pass, the spring will come soon. So obviously, when we're in a bad mood, when we're just thinking negatively, when we're anxious, we don't make the most rational decisions as human beings. So that's why we need to be patient. That's why we need to continue to seek God, because, even for me, I look at myself as a very positive, upbeat person, but obviously I have those moments where I'm human and I'm like, dang God, when are you going to come through? When am I going to see this provisions? And I get super anxious, and it boils down to Matthew 6, one of my favorite, or probably my favorite chapter in the Bible, at the end, where it talks about, worrying about things that dominates the thoughts of unbelievers about, what will we eat, what will we wear, but seek the kingdom of God before everything else. And that's what you need to do during the season that you're going through, of being stretched, of being just, it can feel draining at some times, but just continue to seek God, continue to pray, ask, God, what do I need to do? How am I going to get through this? What do I need to focus on? What am I not doing? And just stuff like that. So you just got to be patient. And probably the last and most important point is don't play God's role. It all goes back to don't settle for less, where if you try to play the role for God and you just make you make these decisions without seeking Him, you're not acting in His will or His plan for your life, and that actually sets you back. I can think of a time where I've, going along the thing where it's I wasn't seeking God. I was just doing things in my own power, and I was being disobedient. And that's where he had to, or being honest and being in prayer with him, he said, Tim, you were doing all these things on your own, and now I'm bringing you back to square one, and I really want you to trust me. Don't do the things that you think you need to do. Just leave it all to me. Stay obedient. And again, don't settle for anything less, guys. God always comes through. There's so many passages, scriptures in the Bible talking about, staying patient, seeking God, and that his plans and his timing for things is always better than our own. So I hope you guys found value in this. Let me know in the comments below, just if you're willing to share it, just kind of if you're going through a tough season yourself, and just things that you're doing to stay positive, stay upbeat, continuing to seek God. Would love to hear it as well. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, hit the bell so you guys know when the next video drops, and share this message out with somebody you think would find value in it. Alright guys, see you on the next video.